The galaxy was calm, or at least that's what everyone believed. Far from Earth, beyond mapped stars and safe trade routes, the research ship Horizon Wing drifted like a silver needle in a dark ocean. The crew felt proud. They were explorers, the first humans to enter this forgotten region. But they did not know they were being watched. Commander Rhea stood near the glass window, staring at a strange dead world below. The planet had no cities, no lights, no signs of life. Yet something in her chest felt wrong, like the planet was breathing without air. Her team scanned the surface, and soon they found blue energy pulses, glowing like veins across the land. Everyone celebrated, thinking they found a new resource. No one asked what lived beneath. They sent drones down. The machines touched the soil. Silence lasted for 5 long seconds. Then the ground split open with a roar like cracking bones. Something climbed out, tall, black, armored like living metal. Silver eyes burned like stars. It moved fast, tearing the drone apart with claws that sliced steel like paper. The crew stepped back in fear. Commander Rhea tried to speak, but words died in her throat. The creature looked straight at the drone camera, as if it could see her through the screen. No emotion, no mercy, only hunger. No one on Earth knew this name, but every old civilization feared it. The Vraks, apex predators of the galaxy. Instead of escaping, the humans took samples from the surface. They woke something deeper, ancient, massive, angry. The planet shook like something was rising from below. The crew heard a sound like millions of claws scraping metal. Commander Rhea whispered, trembling, "We should not have come here." And the Vraks heard her. They began to move. Alarms rang across Horizon Wing like dying screams. Red lights flashed. Every console glowed with warnings the crew had never seen before. The planet below was not quiet anymore. It was alive. The ground pulsed like a beating heart, shaking with power older than human history. Rhea ordered the ship to pull back, but it was too late. Hundreds of black shapes burst out of the cracks like arrows. The sky above the planet turned into a swarm of moving shadows. They were fast, faster than any fighter humans ever built. Silver eyes flashed as they rose into space, wings of hard bone cutting through darkness like blades. The Vraks were coming for them. The crew launched defense drones. Pulse cannons fired blue beams that lit the void like lightning. But the Vraks dodged every shot. Their movement was not random. It was intelligent, coordinated, deadly. They surrounded the ship like wolves around prey. One creature slammed into the hull. Metal bent like wet cloth. Rhea felt her heartbeat freeze. Panels burst. Air hissed out. Crew members held their breath, eyes wide, knowing one mistake meant death. The Vraks did not speak, did not roar, they only tore. They ripped metal open like animal flesh. 3 crew were dragged into space, silent, helpless, fading into the stars. Rhea finally understood. Humans were not the hunters here. They were the prey. She ordered an emergency warp jump. Engines charged, blue light building like thunder. But as the ship began to escape, something bigger moved on the planet. A shape too large to measure, like a god waking from sleep. The jump activated. The ship vanished into hyperspace. But the Vraks followed. The war had just begun. Hyperspace was supposed to be safe. Nothing could follow a ship through folded light. At least that's what humans believed for centuries. But belief is fragile. Reality is cruel. When Horizon Wing jumped, the crew felt hope for just 1 second. Instruments stabilized, alarms quieted, and blue tunnels of warped light stretched endlessly ahead. Rhea thought they escaped. Then something appeared inside hyperspace. Black silhouettes, long and sharp like blades, cut through the blue like ink and water. The Vraks were not bound by physics. They flew inside warped space as if it was natural to them, like they were born between stars. Fear spread across the ship like fire. The Vraks struck from behind. The ship shook violently. Panels exploded. Sparks rained over the command deck. The crew screamed, not believing what they saw. Creatures chasing a ship at light speed. Rhea grabbed the controls herself. Hands trembling. Voice shaking. Divert power to shields. All of it. Shields glowed white, then cracked. The Vraks hit again. One creature latched onto the hull, drilling through metal with glowing claws. Another tore into the engine chamber, killing 2 engineers instantly. Rhea had seconds to act, or all would die. She forced the ship out of hyperspace early, a blind exit. The ship fell out above a red dwarf star. Burning plasma lit the broken hull like sunrise on blood. Fires raged inside the corridors. Half the systems were dead. The Vraks swarmed around the damaged ship like vultures waiting for death. Rhea looked at them with new understanding. This was not a random attack. This was punishment. Humanity entered forbidden space. Humanity stole what was sacred. Now the apex predators wanted justice. In blood, Rhea sent a single message to Earth. Prepare for war. We woke something we cannot kill. On Earth, the transmission hit command networks like a thunderstorm. Rhea's voice was broken, frightened, filled with static. Nothing like the calm commander they knew. Admirals replayed the message again and again, trying to understand the unseen enemy she described. One line repeated like a blade cutting hope. Apex predators are coming. Within hours, Earth went into war protocol. Massive shipyards lit up like burning cities in orbit. Factories shifted from trade vessels to warships. Every reactor, every missile, every soldier, all moved under one name, Project Shieldwall. Meanwhile, Horizon Wing drifted near the dwarf star, wounded but alive. Rhea watched her crew patch metal with shaky hands while alarms reminded them death was close. They had one goal: survive long enough to warn the galaxy. But the Vraks did not leave. They circled the ship like silent ghosts. Then, without warning, the Vraks froze. Every creature stopped moving as if listening to an unheard command. A deep rumble passed through space, like a planet breathing. From the star's shadow emerged something colossal. Not a soldier, not even a battleship. A Vrak's hive carrier. Its size dwarfed cities, hull covered in bone metal spines. Dozens of eyes glowing with cold white flame. It was a living fortress, built not by engineers, but by evolution, thousands of years designed for war. The pulse lance. It needed only one shot. But if it failed, the ship would tear apart from inside. The crew powered the weapon while the Vrak's hive carrier slowly turned toward them, massive like a planet covered in armor. Smaller Vrak's warriors screamed through space, claws shining as they charged. Rhea waited. She needed them close, dangerously close. 20 kilometers. 10. 5. The Vraks swarmed the hull like locusts. Hull plates cracked. Air leaked. The ship shook violently, but Rhea didn't blink. Fire. The pulse lance exploded. A beam of pure white ripped forward like a star opening its eye. The wave hit the nearest Vrak swarm first. They evaporated into silver dust. It struck the hive carrier head-on, carving a burning wound across its living armor. Space lit up like lightning. The monster roared, not with sound, but with light and rage. For the first time, the Vraks felt pain. But victory was not complete. The hive carrier still lived. Wounded, furious, ready to kill. Rhea's crew cheered, but she didn't. She knew what came next: retaliation. The monster began charging its own weapon, a black sphere of energy forming like a collapsing star. Rhea whispered, "Earth must know we can hurt them." Now the galaxy would answer. The hive carrier awakened like a titan in darkness. Its wound glowed silver and black, spilling strange energy like liquid night. Every surviving Vraks turned toward Horizon Wing, not to hunt, but to destroy. Their rage was ancient, patient, endless. Rhea knew one truth. Humanity won a moment, not the war. The pulse lance needed time to recharge, too much time. The hive carrier charged its own weapon faster, brighter, louder. Black lightning wrapped across its hull like veins of death. The crew stared at the screens, silent, breath held like prisoners waiting for execution. Rhea stood tall. She wasn't thinking about survival anymore. She was thinking about Earth. She opened a live transmission. Every human ship, every outpost, even civilian stations received her signal. Her voice was steady but heavy, like steel bent by grief. "We hurt them. They can bleed. But they are coming." Behind her, sparks flew. Deck plates collapsed. Fire spread like red wings through the corridors. The Vraks slammed into the hull again, tearing deeper, crawling closer like shadows with teeth. Rhea gave her final order. "Broadcast full jump data. Send everything we learned." The comm officer transmitted their findings: biology, speed, weakness, behavior. Human history would remember this moment, whether the crew lived or died. The hive carrier fired. A beam of black energy engulfed Horizon Wing. Metal screamed. Light filled every room. Rhea closed her eyes, not in fear, but pride. Humanity had stood against monsters and left a scar. The ship broke apart like glass, but her message reached Earth. And on Earth, the factories did not sleep. War fleets rose like storm clouds. Billions of humans united under one promise. The Vraks wanted blood. Humanity would give them war. This was only the beginning.